Hi green lovers! Well, I was inspired by a video I just watched from Gary from the Rusted Garden, one of my favorite gardening YouTubers, and I thought I would make a copycat video of making a scrambled egg from odds and ends of things, vegetables, leaves, stuff like that that I am going to get from my garden. And I thought I'd bring you along, so here goes! So my first stop is my pomegranate planter, where I have also planted some beautiful nasturtiums along with some dill. And dill is one of my favorite herbs to add to all kinds of things, but particularly to my omelets. So I'm going to pick a few sprigs of dill and some nasturtium leaves, and maybe I'll decorate it with a nasturtium flower. My next stop is a little planter that I've got sitting inside these tires. No, I am not planting directly in the tires. There's a planter in there. The tires are just used to hold it up. And I am going to grab some garlic chives and a couple of sprigs of mint that I'm going to be putting in some nice hot water to make some tea. This is orange mint. It is absolutely phenomenally delicious in tea. Now, this is my overgrown volunteer bed, and I've got some arugula plants, and even though there's not much by way of leaves anymore, this thing has gone to seed. Arugula leaves surprisingly do not taste bad when the plant goes to seed. They actually taste pretty good. So I'll grab just a few leaves here and there. And then these seed pods are actually really lovely as well. They have a nice taste of arugula. So I'll grab a few of these and throw these in my scrambled eggs as well. Here I've got some Egyptian walking onions, and there's strange bloom that kind of goes up the stem like this. It's a really weird plant. The onion leaves are delicious. So I'm going to grab a few of these. And here are some carrot greens. I'm going to grab a few of these as well. Some lovely red Russian kale. Grab just a couple of leaves of those. I have some pink Swiss chard growing here, so a leaf here and there. Now these leaves cook down drastically, so it might look like a lot, but it will cook down quite a bit. Grab a little bit of parsley here. Oh look! My chamomile has started blooming. Ooh, yay! Chamomile tea in my future. Ooh, and I can't resist some gorgeous red amaranth leaves. I'm gonna get a few more onions. I don't think I got enough. So I'm gonna grab some greens from here. Oh, look at this! My leek has started flowering, you know? I'm gonna grab a leek blossom. I don't know how they taste, but we're gonna find out. And just a few sprigs here and there of green onions. I like the onion flavor in my scrambled eggs. Last but by no means least, I am going to be grabbing some blossoms from my borage plant. I hope the bees don't mind, but these plants, these flowers taste a little bit like cucumber, and I'll probably just toss it fresh on top of my omelette when I'm done. I call them fairy blossoms because they've got a fairy-like quality to them. Alright, so here is my beautiful bouquet that is going to go into my scrambled eggs. I'm just going to chop these up, fry them in a little bit of oil, throw in some eggs, and we will have a nice, delicious, and healthy, straight from the garden scrambled eggs. I'm starting off with some mushrooms. Now, no, I did not grow these mushrooms, but when I was prepping my veggies for my scramble, my son came by and he wanted some scrambled eggs too. So he likes mushrooms in his scrambled eggs. So I freeze these mushrooms whenever I buy a batch in bulk. I freeze a bunch of them so they're always ready for me. But I like to pre-cook my mushrooms without any oil at all. It gives it a nice sort of roasted flavor that I really like. And then I add a little bit of oil afterward and add the rest of my veggies. So the mushrooms are nice and done. As you can see, they've cooked down quite a bit. And now I will add a little bit of oil, and then I will add my greens to the mix. Good. Fry it up just a little bit. And I've got my greens here, which I will add. And cook these ever so lightly. You don't want to overcook your greens, because the longer you cook it, the less nutritious it gets, or so I have heard. So I just cook it for no more than about a minute or so, and then I will add my eggs. Now I add salt afterward. I do not add salt to this mixture, because what I have found is these greens do tend to have some kind of a salt content. So I have to be careful if I use a lot of greens not to overdo the salt. I'm watching my blood pressure. Let's go ahead and add the eggs to the mix. And that's it. We are done. The dill smells so fragrant. It is delicious. I recommend that you do not use more than one overpowering herb. So if you're using cilantro, that's a pretty strong flavor too. Don't add dill and cilantro. It might get confusing, but you know what? Do what you want. It's your scrambled egg, and it's however you want to make it. This is just my preference. Use just one strong herb at a time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try to grow and cook from your garden. Don't let it go to waste. Don't throw it in the compost pile. And until next time, live green and love your greens.